Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hey, Dave, Frank from Cleveland, a couple of quick things. We know Sam Down ain't the answer, that's for sure. What's up with the quarterback out of Indiana? Can you tell me a little bit about him? Thank you, Dave. Be good, be safe, be warm, you and the family, and God bless you.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Tom, he's talking about Kurtis Rourke, who played at Ohio, then played at Indiana, reportedly played his entire season on a torn ACL. So tough kid. He's due for some rehab, though. So that will hurt, his draft stock without question. He was one of those guys that probably figured in day 3. He may end up being an undrafted free agent. He's certainly a guy that'll get some looks.
Yeah, and listen, as I mentioned to you before, there's a dozen of those guys that we haven't even identified yet, Dave. There's going to be undrafted free agents, beyond the guys that are picked in this year's NFL draft that are going to get looks, and you never know where you're going to find that diamond in the rough. And he's a kid that he intrigued me last year. I mean, obviously the Indiana story was incredible what they were able to do, and people wondered whether or not they belonged in the the CFP playoffs or not. Well, I think they're the only team that lost to both Notre Dame and Ohio State this year. So, he had a pretty nice run. Obviously, they, when they ran into some real good quality competition, he struggled at times, but there was also times where he was impressive. And I tell you what, there's, when you even look at a kid like, and I'll use the Ohio State quarterbacks of the last 2 years, Kyle McCord and Will Howard, both big guys, both smart guys, both guys that are able to throw the ball, that can run a little bit. Those are the kind of guys that teams are looking for as an undrafted free agent, Dave, or as somebody to take a flyer on in the 3rd round or more. Drew Aller, who has now decided to go back to Penn State, would fall into that same kind of box, right? Big, strong, maybe needs some seasoning, maybe needs some development, and you never know what they can turn out to be. So I think the Browns are going to end up kicking the tires, as they've done for years, on all those positions until they land on the right one. And whether they get him at the number 2 overall pick or as an unsigned, undrafted free agent, you never know. That's kind of the beauty of it.